হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Uh, can you hear me?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Just a minute. Have you heard anything from RFSE? No.
না, আরএফসি থেকে আমি মানে আরএফসি থেকে আমাকে এখন কিছু পাঠায়নি আর কি।
আচ্ছা, তোমায় একটা প্রেজেন্টেশন দিতে হবে,
আচ্ছা।
সো ইউ শুড গেট সামথিং, বাট মানে আমায় অলরেডি বলেছে, সো ধরো ইন অ্যাবাউট 10 days অর সো, 10 মেবি 2 weeks। হ্যাঁ,
আচ্ছা।
তো সেটা এক্স্যাক্টলি কি বলবে সেটা দেখছি। মানে এসেনশিয়ালি আমি ভাবছি কোয়ান্টাম গ্রুপ যেটা আগে পড়েছিলে
হুম।
পড়ানো হয়েছে সিস্টার অ্যালজেব্রাইকটা,
হুম।
সেটা পার্টলি বলে তারপরে মেবি এই এখন যেগুলো করছো
এসএল কে কিউ।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ইউ ইউ
ইউ
কিউ
কিউ
এস
এস
এল
এল
টু
টু।
সি, সেটার থেকে একটুখানি আমার মনে হয় দুটোই কভার করার টাইম অত হবে না।
আচ্ছা।
কিন্তু বেসিক্যালি বলা যে ওইটা ডেসক্রাইব করে যে ওটার সাথে এইটার এরকম একটা কানেকশন আছে, একটা ব্রড এটা বলা আর কি। ঠিক আছে, আর তারপরে মানে এক্স্যাক্টলি কি মানে রুল অনুযায়ী দিস হ্যাজ টু বি রেজিস্ট্রেশনের জন্য আর কি, ইটস এ রিসার্চ প্রপোজাল। সো কিন্তু খুব ব্রডলি বলতে হবে, কারণ উই হ্যাভ নট রিচ দ্যাট পার্ট ইয়েট।
ওকে।
হ্যাঁ, এক্স্যাক্টলি কি প্রবলেম নিয়ে তুমি কাজ করবে, উই আর জাস্ট কামিং নিয়ার দ্যাট, কিন্তু এখনো সেটা আরো ধরো মানে মাস দুয়েক তো নিশ্চয়ই লাগবে। তো এই মুহূর্তে ওইরকম ভাবে একটা প্রেজেন্ট করতে হবে আর কি, দুটো জিনিস
ওকে।
বলে। তারপরে আইডিয়াটা হচ্ছে যে মানে এই কোয়ান্টাম গ্রুপ এবং হোমোজিনিয়াস স্পেস গুলো সিস্টার অ্যালজেব্রা লেভেলে যে স্টাডি করা হচ্ছে সেইটার মানে বিভিন্ন রকমের প্রপার্টি গুলোকে এই লি অ্যালজেব্রা সাইড থেকে অ্যাপ্রোচ করে মানে জিওমেট্রিক ডেটা সেগুলো ইউজ করে ইনফারেন্স ড্র করা। এবার এক্সাক্ট কি প্রবলেম সেগুলো নিয়ে অফকোর্স ইউ হ্যাভ টু কিপ ইট কাইন্ড
আচ্ছা।
অফ। তো মানে তুমি যেটা বিগিন উইথ যেটা করতে পারো সেটা হচ্ছে যে ওই কম্প্যাক্ট কোয়ান্টাম গ্রুপের
হুম।
একটা অ্যাজ ইফ তোমায় টক দিতে হবে, সেমিনার দিতে হবে এখানে, সেইভাবে তৈরি করা শুরু করে দাও।
ওকে।
আর মানে জিনিসটা পুরো জিনিসটা অনলাইন হবে, সো মানে তুমি স্লাইড তৈরি করে বলবে সেটা would be more comfortable for you কি?
হ্যাঁ, স্লাইড তৈরি করে মানে
হ্যাঁ,
স্লাইড তৈরি করে বলে স্লাইড দেখাতে মানে দেখানো তো দেখাবো কি করে, এখানে তো অনলাইন ভিডিওতে তো আসবে না তো।
কেন আসবে না? যেমন এই যে আমরা জুম সেশন
হ্যাঁ।
করছি, সেম জিনিস হবে। তোমার ল্যাপটপে তোমার স্ক্রিন শেয়ার করতে হবে, তোমার স্ক্রিনে তারপর তুমি যে স্ক্রিনের ফাইলটা পিডিএফ ফাইলটা
আচ্ছা।
দ্যাট উড বি ভিজিবল। এবার মানে ইউ হ্যাভ টু স্পিক সাইমালটেনিয়াসলি।
ওকে। ওকে।
সেটা এনিওয়ে মানে তুমি একটুখানি প্রিপেয়ার করো, তারপরে ইউ ক্যান প্র্যাকটিস। সো
ওকে।
মানে এরকম জুম সেশনে ইউ উইল গিভ দ্য টক, আই উইল লিসেন, এরকম করে কয়েকবার প্র্যাকটিস করে নেওয়া যাবে,
ওকে।
প্রবলেম না। মানে আমি আমার মেন পয়েন্টটা ছিল যে স্লাইড তৈরি করে করাটাই সুবিধা
বেটার।
হবে, কারণ হ্যাঁ আদারওয়াইজ মানে রাইটিং ইউ আর নট ইউজ টু, আর প্লাস মানে আইপ্যাড হয়তো তোমার কাছে এখন নেইও, তাই তো না?
কি কি স্যার, ট্যাব? না স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, ট্যাবলেট ট্যাবলেট বা
না
আইপ্যাড তো
স্যার
ইউজ
নেই।
করো না তো?
না।
তাহলে মানে আরেকটা আরেকটা অপশন হতে পারে যে মানে ধরো তোমার ফোনটাকে ক্যামেরার মতন ইউজ করে
হুম।
কাগজে পেনে লিখলে, কিন্তু সেটা
অতটা
মানে একটা
ভালো
প্রবলেম।
হবে বলে মনে হচ্ছে না।
হ্যাঁ, আর মানে ডিসরাপশনও হতে পারে মাঝখানে, ওটা নড়ে গেলে হয়ে গেলে তখন
হুম।
ঝামেলা। তার থেকে স্লাইড তৈরি করে পিডিএফ ফাইল করে সেইটাকে ল্যাপটপ থেকে ডিসপ্লে করে, লোকে যেমন স্লাইড টক দেয় সেমিনারে ওই
হুম।
রকমই
হুম। হুম।
এসেনশিয়ালি সেইভাবে prepare করো। তো ওই তুমি শুরুটা করো ওইভাবে কম্প্যাক্ট কোয়ান্টাম গ্রুপ দিয়ে, তারপরে মানে আর কি কি কভার করা যাবে সেটা দেখছি আমি। মানে আমায়
ওকে।
কালকেই বললো, সো আই হ্যাভ টু টেল देम টু ইনফর্ম ইউ অলসো অফিশিয়ালি।
ওকে।
আচ্ছা, আচ্ছা আগের দিনের সবগুলো হয়ে গেছিল?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, ওগুলো হয়ে গেছে।
ওকে। আচ্ছা, আমি আজকে দেখলাম তুমি লাস্টে দুটো পয়েন্ট অ্যাড করেছো, মানে
হ্যাঁ,
হ্যাঁ
মানে
হ্যাঁ
এখানে স্যার মানে
হ্যাঁ,
আমার এই দুটো মানে ডিরেক্টলি মনে হয়েছে আর কি।
আচ্ছা ওকে। না কিন্তু এই যে ফোর্থ স্টেটমেন্টটা
হ্যাঁ
কি মানে প্রুফ করেছো না ইউ জাস্ট
না
স্টেটেড ইট
না
অ্যান্ড
ফোর্থ স্টেটমেন্টটা আমি প্রুভ করেছি, মানে
আচ্ছা
এই স্টেটমেন্টটাই প্রুভ করেছি। এবার
হ্যাঁ
এইটা আর হচ্ছে ওই দুটো কি স্যার ইকুইভ্যালেন্ট, মানে
কোন দুটো
মানে যখন আমি এই এই কোনো কিছু রেজিস্টার নিচ্ছি, হ্যাঁ,
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
তখন তো তার সঙ্গে আমি তার এই ভি এন এপসিলনের স্টার আর
হ্যাঁ
এটার সঙ্গে আমি ওই ভি স্টারকে কীভাবে ম্যাচ করাবো, এই স্টেটমেন্টে যেটা আমি লিখেছি এই পর্যন্ত
হ্যাঁ
প্রুভ করতে পেরেছি।
হ্যাঁ ওকে ঠিক আছে ওকে okay so the statement was আগের দিনের স্লাইডটা থাকবে আগের দিনে
হ্যাঁ, ভি স্টার এন এপসিলন ইকাল টু ভি মাইনাস
হ্যাঁ
এন
হ্যাঁ
এপসিলন স্টার।
রাইট
এবার হচ্ছে এই ভি মাইনাস, আমি তো ওই স্টেটমেন্টটা প্রুভ করেছি, এবার ভি মাইনাস এন এপসিলন স্টারের সঙ্গে ওইটা আইসোমরফিক হতে পারে, কিন্তু মানে এই দুটোকে সেম কীভাবে বলবো?
হ্যাঁ সেম মানে আইসোমরফিক মানে ন্যাচারালি আইসোমরফিক হলে সেটাই আর মিনিংটা
ওকে ওকে
this is what you have to show. Okay.
হ্যাঁ
Now V, the decomposition that we have is V is direct sum of
V n epsilon.
Okay. And similarly V star এর উপরে ওই the
হ্যাঁ,
represented
ভি
pi
স্টারের
star
উপরে
acts.
ডিরেক্ট সাম থাকবে,
So V star would be similarly.
ভি স্টার এন এপসিলন।
So these are the weight spaces for V star. Okay.
এবার যেটা
Now,
যেটা দেখাতে পেরেছি, ভি
now
যদি ভি এম ডেল্টা আর এফ বিলংস টু ভি স্টার এন এপসিলন,
হ্যাঁ
আর ভি যদি ভি এম ডেল্টাতে
হ্যাঁ।
থাকে, এবার এই
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
এটা যদি এন এপসিলন আর এম ডেল্টা ইকুয়াল টু মাইনাস এন এপসিলন হয়, তাহলে হবে বা অথবা এফ ভি ইকুয়াল টু জিরো হবে।
so and that I think steps would have been roughly this, that you start with an F in V star, or let's say start with something in one of these, so let's say V star. Now you compute its pairing with some vector from here, and some vector from here would look like
ডিরেক্ট সাম
V n epsilon sum over n epsilon.
তো
So we are starting with F here and we are computing this pairing. So now
দিস ইকুয়াল টু ওই
this would be just sum F V n epsilon, because this is nothing but sum of the vectors.
এবং
So and F is from here, but
so
that in turn is contained in
for
this
this
F
case
in this star.
this equal to f v
F
minus
of something is linearity. Okay. Now what, since F belongs here, so what we know is that pi star k F is
f of pi
prime q to the power n prime f, which means that this left hand side is same as I star kf and then Vn epsilon and then epsilon prime inverse q to the power minus f
minus n.
prime. Right? So you just multiply this factor and divide by this factor. So multiply by this factor, that becomes pi star kf. Now this is epsilon prime inverse q to the power minus n prime. Now pi star k is pi sk transpose. Pi star k by definition is pi of sk transpose. That means you can bring pi of sk to the other side.
Yes.
And it to
Vn epsilon.
Now what is this? This is
Sk is k inverse.
K inverse.
Then Vn epsilon
K
is
inverse.
epsilon
So
and q power minus.
So this is pi k inverse applied to Vn epsilon. That means this would be again be a sum. So epsilon prime inverse q to the power minus n prime, and then the n epsilonth term would give epsilon q to the power minus n f Vn epsilon.
Yes.
And this is same as epsilon by epsilon prime q to the power minus n prime minus n f
Vn
n
epsilon.
epsilon. So this sum and on the left side this sum, they must be the same. So
Yes.
this is equal to summation.
Vn epsilon.
The sum is over n epsilon, and this is true for all choices of
N epsilon.
Vn epsilon belonging to Vn epsilon. So from this you must be getting what you have got, right? That unless, except for the term epsilon equal to epsilon prime and n equal to minus n prime, so for that term you cannot say anything because both sides are the same. The
Other case is 0.
Right. So and other cases f Vn epsilon is 0. So that was your argument, right? Or
Yes. Yes, that was my argument, but I did not use the summation here.
okay.
I just take that v from some Vn epsilon and just calculate.
Okay. Acha, okay. So you just take one specific Vn epsilon from some other.
Yes.
So which is the same argument. Fine. So
Okay.
what does this give us?
Now, as v star in n epsilon is subset of subspace of v star. Sorry, v minus n epsilon is subspace of v So their dual V minus n epsilon star is superset of V star.
Hmm. Uh, so so here what we have done is we have started with f from here
Hmm.
and we have shown that uh, f pairing of f with other components other than this one, those are all zeros.
Yes.
So from there
And
what we
an, a, another argument I can say that V star n epsilon is subset of V star,
v star
and V star is the subset of V minus n epsilon star.
v star is the
Subset of V minus n epsilon star.
you mean this
Sir,
is this what you said? No.
who is on,
Oh,
sir?
there is no update. Okay, sorry.
Yes, sir.
No, but let's see. I think just from there we should get the isomorphism. Let's see. Uh,
For this subset relation, we did not need any condition on F or V.
which one?
For this subset relation.
Uh, no, I'm saying that let's avoid this thing subset because subset does not identify things inside. So,
Yes, yes.
so instead, just from this, let's try to get that isomorphism that we want. So what we want is an isomorphism from V star n epsilon to V minus n epsilon star. Okay. So what has been shown here is that for f here f paired with other weight space elements that gives 0. So okay, so we need to specify a map from here to here and then show that it's an isomorphism, right? That's what we need to do.
Yes.
Okay, so do the following. So phi of f must be some element of the dual of v minus n epsilon.
Yes.
So you need to specify this where v comes from here. So you define this to be f paired with basically v direct sum. So this is the minus n epsilonth copy and everywhere 0.
0. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that's how you define phi f. Now you try and show that this would give you an isomorphism.
Okay.
So, for example, that this is onto,
Hmm.
for that you take something here,
Yes.
okay,
Hmm.
and then look at g direct sum 0 direct sum 0 dot dot dot, where this is the n epsilonth copy in
G
uh,
and in V
in
star.
in V star, in V
Okay.
star. So you will get a pre-image, and the other part is that you show that this is injective. So, for example, if phi f is 0, then what you would get is uh, this pairing is 0. So from that you have to conclude that f is 0.
Yes. Similar argument.
Similar argument also maybe since here things are finite dimensional, I'm just wondering whether that, I mean, just showing onto and would be good enough. Like whether they're of same dimension, then you don't need to show anything more. Like
Okay.
showing only one of those would be enough. I mean, dimensions would be the same, but whether it's immediate is not. I'm not sure. Okay, but just check this and then we'll discuss this
Okay.
on that notion page. Okay. So that is one. The other statement that you wrote was oh, okay. For this Greenfield deformation, those things are linearly independent. So you have a proof, or you, that's a question.
No, sir. The linearly independent is fine, but that is dense because of that.
Because of
As we use that the series notation in XY condition.
See, the algebra is basically after you form the algebra generated by this h and y and x is closely. Oh, the relation already involves. Okay, so this what you have to show for this, and which is a fact, is that UHSL2 would actually be USL2 so again just check whether the proof is immediate. If not, we'll skip this now and we'll come back to it later, but this is a fact. So this is a fact, meaning as an algebra, not so this is not isomorphic as Hopf algebras. This is just isomorphic as algebra. So you look at this algebra, then power series with coefficients from this algebra.
Sir, which one, sir? Maybe is
update. Listen, not update.
Okay.
So what I wrote just now is this. This Greenfield
UHSL2.
deformation UHSL2
Okay. Is okay.
is isomorphic to
Hmm.
uh, our series in H with coefficient from USL2.
This is algebra homomorphism. Algebra isomorphism.
Audio got cut. Algebra as algebra. So not as half algebras, but as algebras.
Okay.
So this is a fact. What I'm asking is just check if the proof is straightforward. If yes, fine. Otherwise, we'll come back to it later.
Okay.
Because this part I want to now finish kind of before your presentation. That's why.
Okay.
And this we can, for now we can, we actually won't need this fact right now at all. But just as an example, you can try if it is immediate.
Okay.
So then that fifth thing, that statement that you have written, that would be, I mean, if this is proved, then that would follow.
Yes.
Okay. So right now, all we'll need is that this UH half algebra, that it has that R matrix which I wrote down last time.
Hmm.
So we have this, and the list of irreducibles, which again something we wrote down.
Yes.
I did not work it out. So
Sir, when I work on that irreducible, what I use that the linearly independence of eigenvector.
Okay.
And as the difference of eigenvalues are invertible, so I can prove that also.
Okay, fine. So that's all we'll use about this UHSL2 right now.
Yes.
So first thing we'll do is, so if you remember the computation that we did for a almost commutative half algebra, if you have two representations pi1 and pi2, then between pi1 tensor pi2 and pi2 tensor pi1, you can get hold of an intertwiner using this R matrix.
Yes.
So this was this I think the notation that I used is something like this.
R pi 1 pi 2.
I think this was the notation, right? There is something on its head.
R pi 1 pi 2, from pi 1 pi 2.
Maybe I'll just write down again. So R pi 1 pi 2 will mean pi 1 tensor pi 2 applied to R, and this one would be the flip operation composed with so these would be the notation that we'll use. So this is something we saw that happens in general. If you have two representations pi 1 and pi 2, you have this. So what we'll do next is we'll take this pi 1 and pi 2, the same representation. So we'll just take one representation.
Okay.
And that representation would be the two-dimensional irreducible.
Okay.
Okay, so for this pi, we'll compute the interpoiner between pi tensor pi and itself.
Okay.
So r pi pi is equal to, so we want to actually compute this. That is the first thing that we do. Okay, so now what is pi? Pi acts on two-dimensional vector space, right?
Two-dimensional module.
Module, sorry, yes. Here there's no base field, base length. So two-dimensional free module of rank
Yes.
2. So let's say E0 and E1 basis for V1. And then the way pi acts is pi k ej is,
Sir, there is no pi k, pi h.
pi h, right? Pi h. So this is
m minus 2j.
so m is 1 here.
Yes, m is 1. Onwards to the
This is so if j is 0, this is 0. If j is 1, this is, so you have to compute those coefficients.
yes.
And that coefficient is
J is m minus j plus 1. Okay. So
but here when j is 1, this becomes 1.
one of that is
This also is 1 because
yes.
m is 1 here, and j1 and this one they cancel.
Yes.
So basically there's no coefficient. Here you get E0.
Yes.
Okay. And this was anyway shift. So this is E. This is 0 if j equal to 1, and E1 if j equal to 0. Right? So if you with respect to this basis, if
Yes.
you want to write them in matrix form, this is just 1 minus 1 pi h. E0 goes to E0, E1 goes to minus E1.
Yes.
Then pi of x is
X is
this,
0 1 0 0. Yes.
and this is this. Right? So that's just an observation that we'll come back to later.
Okay.
Now what we do is, so pi tensor pi will act on V1 tensor V1. So on V1 tensor V1, we'll take E0 tensor E0,
E0 tensor E1.
0 tensor E1, E1 tensor E0, and E1 tensor E1 as the ordered basis. Okay. And and capital EIJ why this will mean the operate
elementary operator.
sorry
Okay.
elementary matrices, but
Yes.
I'll just write them as operators using these basis elements. Those
Okay. EI.
rank one.
EI EJ.
EI EJ. I'm not using angle bracket here because there's no inner product. So
Okay.
this would mean that EIJV is EJV EI.
Sir, not updating.
So then so now EIJ tensor EKL, that is going to be a map from V tensor V to V tensor V, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now if we use the ordered basis that I wrote down earlier, so with respect to the ordered basis star, so star is this ordered basis. With respect to this ordered basis, EIJ tensor EKL is the 4x4 matrix for which the KLth entry in the ijth block is 1, the rest are 0. So what I mean is it would be a 4x4 matrix. Now this block is the 008 block.
Yes.
This block is the 01th block. This is 108th block, and this is 100th block. So EIJ tensor EKL would be you go to the ijth block and then you write EKL there.
Okay.
If we take this ordered basis. Okay. And what is how does the flip operator look in this basis? So flip operator means sigma VV. So sigma VV, what does it do? It sends E0 tensor E0 to itself, E0 tensor E1 to E1 tensor E0, E1 tensor E0 to E0 tensor E1, and E1 tensor E1 to E1 tensor E1. So if you look at the matrix, again with respect to the same ordered basis, so what will that be? So okay, first of all, in terms of those EIJs, this is then this operator E00 tensor E00. So the 0 goes to 0 0
yes,
plus uh,
0 1 1 0.
uh, right.
Hmm.
So now you can write down the 4 cross 4 matrix
Hmm.
that you will get with respect to that order basis. Okay. Now the other thing that we need is for the computation pi tensor pi applied to R.
Hmm.
So for that you have to go back to the expression for R.
Okay.
So I think I have to go back to that file and bring it here. Just copy. So this is that R. Okay. Now you see what happens when you apply pi tensor pi. So R, the expression for R involves an infinite series on the right side, right?
Hmm.
But when you apply pi, what happens? Pi x was,
0 1 0 0. Yes.
that means the second power onwards all disappear, vanish.
Yes.
And same for pi y.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you are making use of the fact that this pi x and pi y are nilpotent. Only finitely many powers are non-zero.
Yes.
So you don't have to deal with infinite series as soon as you apply pi.
Okay.
So now when you apply pi, it would just become and okay. What do you get when you apply pi tensor pi here?
It
Pi
will
a-
go to inside.
Sorry.
It will exp is 2 and pi is tensor pi is. Equal to ex. And
Array H. So okay, first of all, so if we just apply pi without doing any computation, what we will get is in this summation, the n equal to 0 term would be there. Okay,
0
n is equal
and
to
1. 0 term and 1 term.
and 1. So n is equal to 0. What is R0H? R0H is this term will disappear. This term will disappear. They'll become 1. That is, and so this whole thing becomes 1. So this is identity plus n equal to 1. So n equal to 1, what do you have? N equal to 1, you have
N equal to
R1H.
1. Then exp is and
So R1H, we have to compute this, and then pi x tensor pi y, which is E01 tensor E10.
Yes.
This is pi x, this is pi y. So R1H is something that we have to quickly check. R1H equal to e to the power h, and then 1 minus
1.
I think it is this, right?
Yes.
And the third, this one, for n equal to 1, it becomes 1. So it is this. So this is e to the power h minus e to the power minus h. And what about the first term, pi tensor pi, this, here, okay, so pi tensor pi will enter the sum. So basically, ultimately, you will get exponential h by 2 pi h tensor pi h. So you then compute. So what you get? H tensor h is h was E00 minus E11. So this is okay. This one has to compute. I'll just write the end product.
Okay.
Okay. You see if it comes out to be that, and if there's any problem, then we will go over the computer.
Okay.
So I'll write this, the entire thing. So only this part remains, but then after computing that and plugging it in, what you should get is plus times E01 tensor E10. and then you have to multiply from the left by the flip operator. So after you have done that, then the expression for this is the following. So I'll just write in matrix form and then expression. So e to the power h 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 1. Here you have 0 and 0 0 0 to the power h. So I mean, you can write down what it is exactly in terms of. So this is 0/0th entry in the 0/0th block. This will give you 1/1th entry in the 1/1th block. This will give you 0/0th entry in the 1/1th block, and so on. So you can write down in terms of this. Okay. So now what do we have? We know that this thing commutes with all these, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now in particular, instead of A you can plug in H, then you have inequality. So this is true for all A, right?
Yes.
So now what I'm saying is substitute H for A, you get one equation. Then you substitute well, not H, what we want is e to the power minus H H. Minus H H. Minus and plus both. Sorry. So two equations by doing this, and then you substitute A by X, then you get another equation. You substitute A by Y, then you get another equation. Now what are these four equations? Now pi tensor pi e to the power H H. So that you can compute. Okay. So what was pi of H? So this is pi tensor pi delta e to the power H H, right? And this is so capital H, the image is 1 tensor capital H plus capital H tensor 1. So when it goes to power, delta of that becomes e to the power
k tensor k. मतलब e to the power h tensor e to the power h.
Exactly. So this is pi e to the power h h tensor pi e to the power h h, and we know pi h, right? This is 1 minus 1.
Yes.
So using that you can write down exactly what matrix this is. Okay. Similarly, pi tensor pi, if you had power negative here, it would be the same. There's no difference. Just plus you get replaced by minus. Now pi tensor pi x, what is that? Again delta x. So this is now we have to recall what is delta x. Delta x was
x cross e power h
x cross
x cross e to the power h plus sorry,
one tensor
x cross e to x exponential h plus 1 tensor x.
so this, right? And now again pi x you know,
Yes.
0 1 0 0. This you know, so this would be e to the power h, e to the power minus h, for example. Similarly, this is 1 1 0 0, and this is 0 1 0 0. So you know exactly what matrix is this, what 4 cross 4 matrix. And same thing you can do for
Pi tensor pi y.
this also. Okay. So now you have this 4 cross 4 matrix, which we are calling our check, that commutes with these matrices, which we have not written down in full, but like this is again e to the power h, e to the power minus h, tensor, the same thing again. Yeah. So basically you know exactly what 4 cross 4 matrix is there. Okay. Now the way we're going to use them is the following. Now we go back to
UQSL2C.
the UQSL2C that we had studied earlier. Okay. Now let's say we are looking at the type 1 representation in dimension 2. So there what is this in matrix form?
QQ inverse.
Okay, you just go back q to the power m minus 2j vj. So right, pi
Yes.
k vj is q to the power
A minus 2j vj.
vj. Here m is equal to 1
And j is 0 and 1.
Similarly 1 plus x is just this, 1 plus y is just this, right? Now if you, so let's call them pi just to avoid writing this again and again. So if you look at this, you will get the same matrix as you are getting here, with e to the power h replaced by q, and e to the power minus h replaced by q inverse. So similarly, if you look at this in the matrix form, you will get the same matrix as the pi tensor pi of x in the earlier case.
Okay.
This, it would be the same matrix as there. Okay. So now instead of r check earlier, if you take r tilde, let's say, where you just replace e to the power h by q.
Okay.
So this was the r check. So what you do is, instead you take r tilde. What is r tilde? Q here 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 q minus q inverse 0 q 0. So this will commute with these matrices.
Yes. So now you have got
and because these are generating elements for
Hmm.
QQSL2C,
Hmm. So I
so you'll have R tilde
by intertwiner.
intertwiner. So this would hold for every year. So you have transferred that fact about the Greenfield deformation
Hmm.
to this QSL2C.
Okay.
So here the proof is a little ad hoc. You can see that we are kind of looking at these matrix commutations which involve those power series in H, etc., e to the power H and so on, and then replacing those e to the power H by a complex number and using the same commutation relation, which basically will boil down to some equation involving e to the power H.
Okay.
We are just replacing those by Q
Yes.
and then making use of this. So this part is here, it's a bit ad hoc. So when we go to more general cases in higher dimension, this part one has to work considerably harder to make this part precise.
How to replace?
How to, so here kind of by observation essentially you can see that these like these matrices with respect to the basis you have taken, they are the same as these matrices with respect to the basis we have chosen,
Hmm.
and then we are using the commutation between these matrices and this R check here, and from that we are concluding that these matrices will commute with this matrix.
Yes.
So here things are in small dimension, only a few entries, 4x4 matrix, few entries are involved, so we can do that.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is when, for example, we go to UQG, where G is something more general.
Okay.
G is a more general Lie algebra, where you cannot always explicitly write down all the entries or keeping track of all the entries would be problematic. So there you have to, use a slightly better proof. That's what I'm saying. But ultimately there will be a passage from this Greenfield deformation to the deformation that we are studying. So in the 2x2 case, this is relatively easier and it can be done in this ad hoc manner. Okay. So now we get this commutation. Fine. Now we'll just try to see what this commutation means, what this tells us. So for that, first, what is pi a?
Pi a.
In general, pi is a representation, right? That's
Yes.
one-dimensional type 1 representation. Okay. Now, so pi is just this one-dimensional type 1 representation. Now, here we have fixed a basis of the vector space where pi is acting.
Okay.
Then what are the matrix entries of pi?
Sir,
Okay. Oh, okay. What's the next page? So matrix entries of pi. What are those? Those are
0, 0.
no, forget 0, 0, but generally, suppose you have a representation. What are matrix entries of this representation? What is the definition of matrix entry of?
Pi x acting sorry.
Yes.
EI pi x EJ.
But it does not have to be EI always, but generally definition is, so suppose pi is acting on V,
Hmm.
So you take a vector v in V,
Hmm.
you take an f in V star,
Yes, yes, yes.
and then you look at
F of pi a Vs. Hmm.
this, right?
Hmm.
And that you call pi f v at A.
Hmm.
So these are the matrix entries.
Yes.
Huh? So here, since we already have a basis
Hmm.
Ej in V, we'll take its dual basis,
Hmm.
Ej0 in V star,
Hmm.
and then by pi ij A you'd mean ei0 pi A Ej.
Yes.
Huh. Okay, so these are the matrix entries. Now pi tensor pi acts on V tensor V.
Hmm.
So V tensor V, we have basis.
Yes.
Okay, and now for matrix entries of pi tensor pi, we need elements from V tensor V star.
Hmm.
So there we'll take the dual basis.
Hmm.
So the basis that we'll take there will be right, the same way, but
Hmm.
we're just we are passing on to the dual basis for V star and then taking their tensor products. So the 0 at the top is for dual, and then indices at the bottom are correspond to the EJs there. So basically, the matrix entries of these are uh, EI0 tensor EJ0, no, it shouldn't be actually EK tensor EL. So these are the matrix entries of pi tensor pi.
Hmm.
Okay, so now so which means when you write pi tensor pi of A as a 4x4 matrix, these would be the entries.
Yes.
Just like, okay, on the left side, I'm going to the left side. So pi A, if you write in a matrix form with respect to the basis E0, E1 on V and its dual basis on V star, then what you get is
Yes.
these as the entries.
501 A.
Right. So similarly, when you write pi tensor pi A as a 4x4 matrix,
Hmm.
these are going to be the entries.
Hmm.
And so let's just write them down, meaning expand this and write them down. So this is EI0 tensor EJ0. Now what is pi tensor pi A?
Pi tensor pi
Pi
delta A.
tensor pi delta A, right? So delta A EK tensor EL.
Hmm.
So So the idea is to write this in terms of the pi ij's. So how
Yes.
do we proceed from here?
That pi ij. So
So let's do the following. So let's just temporarily delta a, let's write
a1
using
tensor to
Swidler's notation, the way one uses. I mean, it would be basically a finite linear combination. We're just writing it this way just to make it shorter. So if we do that, this is 0, then this becomes this a1 tensor a2, so pi a1 tensor pi a2. So this is really a finite sum. Pi a1i tensor pi a2j, a2i. We're just using a slightly shorter form, that's all. So this, and then, okay, let me copy this part to the next screen. Okay, so now what do we get? We get ei0 tensor ej0. Now this is getting applied component wise.
this and that is also.
And that means what you have is ui0 pi a1 ek. So this is being paired with this
Into
and ej0, right, pi a2 el. And what is this? This is pi ik a1 and this is pi jl a2. And what is this? Pi ik tensor
pi
pi
jl
jl
delta a.
delta a. And that is precisely the product pi ik pi jl right?
Why is it this order?
In the restricted dual, see, these are elements of the dual, right?
Yes, yes.
So how is the product defined on the dual?
Yes, yes. And in dual it is
Fg, Fga is by definition F tensor G
yes
delta
delta
L, right? So I'm using that. Or actually, I mean, the notations are getting kind of a little bit mixed up. So you can write it as pi ik pi jl, this product applied to A. Right?
Yes.
So the entries of this matrix, the tensor product, those are
pi ik pi jl type.
exactly. So these are basically these products, which means pi 0 0 square, pi 0 0, pi 0 1, etc. I'm not writing it the whole thing. What I'll do is today, along with this whiteboard in PDF format, I've now completed this part of the notes also. I'll upload that there. So there, everything, all the details are also there. Most of the details, not all. Some things are anyway exercises. But the thing is, these things which I'm omitting now, those are there.
Okay.
So this matrix will look like this. So when you ultimately look at this commutation, basically you will end up getting things like phi ij phi kl into some scalar equal to phi kl phi ij into some scalar, or for some entries it would be a slightly more complicated thing, meaning
Okay.
there may be this something plus something also, but the point is this intertwiner relation that would give rise to commutation relations between the phi ij's.
Okay.
Okay. So after that, what we'll do is we'll show that. So we'll write down what exactly these commutation relations are, and then one shows that suppose you take algebra generated by, let's say, generators Tij obeying these relations, then you show that this restricted dual, this space spanned by the matrix entries of finite dimensional representations, that is exactly this algebra. So you get a description of that space of matrix entries of finite dimensional representations as an algebra generated by some element satisfying some relations. Okay. So that would be the next part. So let me stop here. So as I said, I'll just of course I'll upload this whiteboard, but also upload the entire notes, so you can see exactly what I'm saying. So there it would be till the end, so you can also go ahead a little bit and see what is being done.
Okay.
And then let's discuss. So wherever you have doubt, just let me know. So either on the Notion page or in between, we can just briefly have a Zoom session and we can meet. But you're now, for the next few days, your primary task would be to prepare that talk. So the compact matrix, compact quantum groups, you start preparing that.
Yes.
And along with that, whatever you can do from here.
Okay.
But that has to be done relatively quickly, so just spend more time on that, and anywhere you get stuck or anything, you just immediately let me know, and then we can discuss that and resolve. And the exact content again will come to. Once you prepare a little bit, then it will be clearer, like how much to cover, etc. in one talk. Okay, so let me stop.
Yes.
I'm disconnecting, huh?
Yes.